Hi family, and welcome to Crown to Real Talk 101. I am Royalty, and today I'm going to be coming from my Isis Oracle deck. I haven't started working with any other decks yet, but I just want you to know that this particular reading is going to be for someone in my family. This person knows who they are. Her name starts with a T. I don't want to be just putting her on blast if that's not what she desires. And this reading, I believe, is going to come out just the way it needs to. And as you can see, I'm going to deal the cards so that you can see them and then have them fall as they may. And this is me talking to you. I'm going to call her the young queen of our future. And she just expressed some things to me, and I believe that today her spirit guides will speak to her through this oracle reading. We all have things that go on in our life sometimes that could be uncomfortable. It could be something that we don't understand. It could be old pains that we're trying to deal with. And one thing we have to understand is that when we call out to the universe, when we call out to the Great Mother, or whatever you choose to call your higher power, the spirit you call upon will answer you. The spirit you call upon will answer you. And it answers us in many ways. It answers us through nature. It can answer us through a song that we hear on the radio. And it's up to us to listen, though. Our spirit guides can talk to us all day, but it is up to us to listen, okay? And this deck is called, of course, as I showed you before, Isis Oracle. And Isis is the goddess of healing, the goddess of magic, the goddess of a whole lot of things. On top of the decks, this is considered the phoenix, the rise of a phoenix. It's a combination of this scarab, butterfly, and the spider, which all has significance. But if you pull the oracle card with this design on it, which we have one that's in this deck with this design, it represents the rise of the phoenix, a new beginning, shedding old snake skin and starting anew. So basically what I'm going to do is, as I said before, I'm going to deal this deck for the young queen of the future, whose name starts with a T, and get this reading cracking right now. Gonna get it cracking, my mackin'. Yes, indeed. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna put my energy into these cards. And here I have some crystals. These are just to balance the energies around me. I have my tourmaline, which is good for negative energy. I have the rose quartz, which is for love and peace, and it just brings so much comfort to a tumultuous heart. This is amber, and then me and my husband went crystal shopping today, and I got me a jade heart that I will be using for some things. I got me some moldavite, which is good for a whole lot of things. I'm going to talk to you guys about this moldavite. That's a powerful stone. That's why I got just a little piece, because it's so powerful. I'm going to show you this little piece here. I got this little piece because it's so powerful. It's like you only need the size of a thumbnail to get things moving. So I got this little piece of moldavite. I got me some jet. I got raw jet. And maybe what I can do is just really quick tell you what this malachite means. Well, actually, this is the jet. I actually bought them today, and I just want to read to you guys what each stone means. This jet, which I have in the raw form, and this is just for you, queen of the future, whose name start with a T. If you want to get some of these crystals, this is what they're good for. So I'm giving you a little bit of knowledge in this video as well. This is a jet that has been basically molded and shined up. This is jet when it is raw. It almost feels like a piece of wood, but this is jet when it's been altered Basically, it still has the same power, but this is just raw. And when I get crystals, I really want them raw, straight from the earth. But jet dispels fear, meaning it removes fear and negative thoughts. It protects one from illness and violence. It creates a sense of calm and diminishes depression. Helps detach entities or bad energies from your body as well. Okay. And then the Moldavite that I have, this is really good because I'm evolving spiritually and I'm moving to another level. And I'm telling you, if you get this Moldavite, get you a nice small piece and move your way up. This stuff is very powerful. But Moldavite basically motivates rapid spiritual evolution. It's good for transformation and chakra activation. So if you're trying to activate your chakras, this is really good for that. It's very protective and cleansing, and it increases synchronicity in one's life. So I got my Moldavite today, and then I also got, because my husband, he went and hit me up on a new crystal that I'm happy I got, which is called malachite. Malachite is a green stone, and it's the mirror of the soul, basically. It aids in success in business, protects against undesirable business associates, and stops nightmares. It guards against radiation in the universe, like from your cell phone. It guards against radiation of all kinds, and it helps with spiritual growth. So these stones I pulled out, and of course everybody knows my pyrite, my magic stone, which I carry everywhere. But yes, I wanted to just introduce those crystals to you. Young Queen of the Future, whose name starts with a T. And I'm going to continue dealing this deck and go ahead and get your reading started, okay? And I just want you to know that I love you and that you have spirits walking with you. You have energy around you. The Great Mother, she loves you. And I even have, this is my Granny Bear. I keep her on deck. So Granny is with you as well. So just know she's a part of this, you know. And so let's get this reading started. Yeah, that Granny Bear was one of the things that was left to me from my grandmother a long time ago. And she's my ride or die. She goes everywhere I go. No matter what I'm going through, that bear is right there. She done been to Egypt. That bear has traveled. Okay, young queen, whose name starts with a T, I'm going to go ahead and stop dealing. I'm just trying to feel when it tells me to stop. That's when I stop. I'm trying to feel the energy. I'm just talking to the cards right now. I'm saying your name and letting them know who this reading is for. Letting the Great Mother put her energy on it. This is for you. It's telling me to stop here, so I'm going to stop. I'm just going to put my energy into it. I have on my Peace and Love shirt, especially for this reading. Peace and love and happiness. Just putting my energy into the deck and saying your name. And here we go. So I'm going to lay down the 5 cards. And the way it starts off, it's going to tell you exactly what is the problem. The first card will tell you what is the problem, and then we move on from there. So there's the 5 cards for your reading. I'm going to rub my tourmaline on the cards. And there we go. Okay. So let's begin. So I have my book here, which I will tell you, which tells me what each card is for. I mean, what is the meaning of each card, because there's a lot of cards in this deck that I still have no clue what they mean. So I need the book to assist me in this reading. And let me just get started with the first card. Serpent of Fire, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. So this is the first card that came up. And I'm going to go ahead and sit this card right here. And then we're going to read what this card means. Serpent of Fire, 152. I've never pulled this card before, so I'm definitely interested to see what it has to say. Okay. So basically what this is saying is your spirit guide guides you through transformation now as your energy field grows stronger and old energies are burned away in the process of your growth. Trust that you are growing and are more capable than you have been previously. Okay. Do not assess your current ability based on past standards, as they no longer apply to you. You are stronger and more powerful now than you have been before. You need to learn afresh, anew, what you are capable of, and your spirit guides help you now. Okay? So we're talking about the chakras with this one. And it's ironic that we were talking about the chakra system. I just sent you videos on the chakras. So this is basically talking about the chakra system. And they call it the rise of the Kundalini. That means like a serpent, which is, oh my God, I want to cry right now, because this serpent represents the Kundalini. Now, if you look up the Kundalini, it's always represented as the scarab that you see on my neck, the rising of the, or it's the snake, the rising of the Kundalini. The serpent is like it, because your lower chakra is here, so it rises up as like a snake. Oh my God, I didn't even connect that when I pulled this card. But this is what this is talking about. So this represents the inner fire serpent or Kundalini. This is so cool. As it rises in accordance with spiritual growth. Remember I told you, as far as you start with your lower root chakra, which is basically where fear is rooted, anxiety, and all these different things. So you're starting with the root chakra and you're healing yourself upwards from the root to the sacra to the solar plex to the heart chakra, throat chakra, then of course your third eye, and then your crown chakra. This is so perfect. I tell you, these cards never lie. We were just talking about rising up the Kundalini and your chakra system. I just sent you chakra videos, and now it's talking about the rising of your Kundalini, which is your chakras. Okay, so let's get into it. The inner fire serpent or Kundalini, as it rises in accordance with spiritual growth and empowerment. This happens when the time is right and we are ready. It is important to realize that as your inner energy and power is growing now, you will need to get used to new levels of strength. This means that you will need to adjust your sense of your own abilities to meet your new levels of energetic powers, okay? You will need to realize you are capable of more than you previously were, and also you may need to temper your behavior to take into account the greater power and effect of your words, your thoughts, and your actions. So if you have a temper, you need to really get it under control, because that is part of your spiritual growth. Okay? So I'm going to read that one more time. You will need to realize you are capable of more than you previously were. And also, you may need to temper your behavior to take into account the greater power and effect of your words, your thoughts, and your actions. You need to get that under control first. When you grow stronger, your words, thoughts, actions, and intentions gather potency, meaning they gather much more potency to where there's just, it's just more, it's more so than before. So basically, it won't be diluted, with other things. Your responsibility for what you put out into the world grows too. So whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. In the same way that a drop of water causes less movement than a tsunami, your emotions and words will have a bigger effect because the energy behind them, your serpent of fire, is awakening. Okay? Your spirit guides can help you manage this process so that what you put out into the world comes from a place of wisdom, love, service, compassion, healing, and awareness. And that's a part of your youth program, your girls group that you're pulling together. One of the first lessons this card offers you is the recognition of your power. You must recognize your power. As I told you, you're a goddess. You have so much power. When you walk into a room, you exude power. Okay? But what's behind it is what people going to see. When you walk into a room, they're going to hear what you say, and they're going to feel your energy. So all of that has to be together, and that has a lot to do with working on your chakra system. Okay? So you want to always come from a place of wisdom, love, of service, compassion, healing, and awareness. One of the first lessons this card offers you is the recognition of your power. It is perilous to underestimate your spiritual power. Don't underestimate yourself, as you can unintentionally create harm by not realizing that your actions and words have an effect on the world around you, and the effect of those actions and words come back to you multiplied as karmic. Okay? It's a karmic return. So whatever you're putting out is going to smack you right back. Okay? So you have to make sure, that, you are putting out good energies, good vibrations. You're putting out what you want to receive back. Okay? And so, we're going to call this your spirit guide, the serpent of fire. It calls you to become aware of your power by having an open and curious awareness, and noticing with detachment the clear perception, the signs of confirmations that you do have an effect upon your surroundings. You can manage your power with great wisdom. Now, if you have pulled this oracle card along with the Eye of Horus, and we're going to see if the Eye of Horus is in this deck, then you must be particularly careful with your thoughts, asking that any negative thoughts be cleared when you catch yourself thinking it in such a way. Your mind has a lot of power, and sending negative or vengeful thoughts towards another, even if just in a rash moment of anger, can be harmful to them. If you catch yourself doing this, it is extremely wise to go into your heart and apologize to them and send them love, even if it is just someone walking down the street or driving a car. And and the entire process happens in only a matter of seconds. Okay, so I've witnessed myself sending energy on people, and it can really hurt somebody, and it can really kill somebody. It can send somebody into depression, and the same is with other people towards you. So basically, it's about balancing your energy, balancing your emotions, so that you're making sure that you're only putting out good energies, that your actions reflect the good that you want to see for yourself. Okay, and the second lesson of this oracle is to trust in the process of the inner fire, meaning the raising of your kundalini, and what is being burned away. So trust that if you're burning away old relationships, old desires, old behaviors, you need to trust in the process. Okay, and trust that what is being burned away is good for you. It's not going to have a negative effect. Just as the serpent, the snake, sheds a skin to reveal itself anew, there are changes happening inside of you in some old identities, beliefs about yourself and others, old habits and old patterns of behaviors that will not survive the growth into the new expression of you. Meaning, what you're about to become and who you're about to become, none of these things will serve you. Old beliefs and old identities you used to put on yourself, old beliefs about yourself, and old beliefs you have about others, old habits or old patterns of behavior. These things will not survive at all within this new spiritual growth. Okay, so while you will likely to be happy to let these things go, you're going to be ecstatic. You're going to be happy to let these things go. But there can also be uncertainty, at the same time, and a sense of not knowing where to go or what you're going to do next. Not knowing who you are anymore as you transition between the old and the new expression of yourself. This is a sign that you are growing, okay? So basically, when we step out of our old self into our new self, sometimes we look like we're on a desert island. We don't know which way to go, what to do, who we're going to become in this new space. But trust the process. This is a sign that you are growing when you feel this. When you feel this feeling of what happens next and who am I and all of that, that means you're growing into the new you in a profound way. And rather than something to be avoided, you don't want to avoid this feeling, okay? It can be embraced as confirmation of this growth. Okay, so your spirit guide understands that in the growth of spiritual power, old forms are burned away to allow new life to emerge. It is safe to trust that any ending or discomfort as the familiar begins to make way for the unfamiliar in your life now are signs of your growth and are to be celebrated. Okay, so I'm going to read it again. It is safe to trust that an ending or discomfort as the familiar begins to make way for the unfamiliar, okay, in your life, because what you're doing now is familiar. Basically, where you're going is unfamiliar, okay? So it is safe to trust that any endings or discomfort as the familiar begins to make way for the unfamiliar in your life now are signs of your growth and are to be celebrated. Celebrate that unfamiliar feeling. Celebrate that new beginning, okay? Because when we start a new beginning, it is definitely going to be unfamiliar a lot of the times. So you need to celebrate that and not feel uncomfortable in your new skin. You're shedding old snake skin and starting anew. And if you look it up, the serpent represents the Kundalini. This is exactly what we were talking about. And I told you to call Manji and ask her about her reading that I did for her. Exactly what we were talking about came up as her first card. Okay? The serpent represents the Kundalini, the chakras. We would just go to your chakra videos and just watch them, okay? And then look up what the serpent represents when it comes to the chakra system. And this is going to all make sense to you. This is your first card, okay? And this is called Serpent of Fire. Basically, it's about to burn through all that old garbage and make you a new person. Make you a new you, Okay? Remember this card. Take a picture. Okay? I love it that this came up first. This was our conversation. Do you understand what I'm saying? The serpent represents the Kundalini and the chakras. Okay? Now we're going to see what power this next card has. This next card is called the Talisman of Potency. Charging sacred objects of power. Okay. And with this card, she has the serpent on top of her head, meaning she has reached her crown chakra. She's no longer living in her root chakra. It has touched the crown of her head. She has risen to her full potential, her full abilities, okay? Her full power. Okay, she is thoroughly enlightened. Okay, and she has the wings on the side of her head. She's ready to take flight in a new direction with that serpent. The rising of the Kundalini. The rising of the chakra. Okay, so we're going to get into that. Talisman of Potency. What does that mean? And I'm going to try to speed this up because I don't want this to be a long drawn out one. I'm just so glad that that first card came because that is exactly what you needed to see. Okay, so here we go. Talisman of Potency. Whew. So just like I was talking about my crystals, objects can become an extension of your energy field, focusing your power and intentions, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, and learning to bring physical matter more deeply into light and life. You are encouraged to work with sacred materials, meaning crystals and things of that nature, with sacred materials in a conscious way to help your own healing and empowerment of the material world as a part of your spiritual practice. Okay? Your love for the physical world, and I'm going to say that again, your love for the physical world of matter is a gift to the earth too. So, just like you see me carrying my crystals around, all these things carry properties that help me through my daily life. One of the things I keep around me the most is my tourmaline because it keeps negative energies away from me. You know, I keep this in my bra at all times. It's tourmaline. Tourmaline spelled Tourmaline. Okay? Tourmaline. Get you some of this. I want you to get you some of this. Get you some amethyst. But let's finish with this reading. You are guided to cleanse and charge sacred objects to empower your energy field. Because we all have an aura. We all have this energy field around us. And you have to cleanse yours. One way I'm going to recommend that you cleanse your energy field is by taking a spiritual bath, and that is the same thing I told your cousin to do. Your cousin that I did the reading with, I told you call her and ask her about her reading. But I told her to take a spiritual bath and wash and I think I told you too about the walnut bath. I did tell you about the walnut bath and the salt bath. So those things, that's what it's talking about now. This is talking about the exact same thing. I am so just stoked right now. Okay, so you are guided to cleanse and charge sacred objects to empower your energy field and accomplish your spiritual mission now. These objects might be a wand, a chalice, a sword, a bowl, or even a special tile with an image that you love. A statue, a cloth with a beautiful design, a natural crystal, a black mirror, a rock, a shell, a feather you found waited for you while it's out in nature one day. If you find a gift in nature, it is wise to ask the spirit of earth if the item in question is intended for your healing work. And if you feel it is, then of course, receive it with gratitude. If not, bless it and move on. So, tourmaline, I need you to get some tourmaline. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Get you some tourmaline, okay? And get you some jet. The crystal is called jet. Jet. Get you some jet because jet helps to balance your emotions. Just like I said, it's good for a lot of different things. Okay, and you will feel these crystals working, and that's what it's telling you. It's basically telling you what I just told you before I started this video. Get you some crystals. These are going to balance your energy field and balance things around you and help you with this spiritual transition. Okay. This oracle card, I'm sorry, I needed to put it right here. This oracle card, Rising Up the Kundalini, this oracle card is seeking to draw your awareness to your special abilities to work with material objects, to awaken spiritual light within them. The material world is filled with light, and our loving attention, we can help awaken the light within form. Okay. In the same way that someone seeing the best in you, knowing what you are truly capable of, can help you reach your dreams and become that self more fully. So too can holding an awareness that just like our bodies, the material world holds its own light and benefits from love, attention, and care. So basically what this is saying, you get a tourmaline and you can basically put more into your tourmaline. It's just what I was telling you. You have power you can put your power into a lot of things. Crystals, you can put your power into your children. You can put your power into a glass of water. If a glass of water might be toxic, you can charge your water and change the whole element of that water. Look that up as well. So basically it's saying that you have powers that you're not even tapping into. And they want you to start with trying to charge things around you that could be for your own spiritual healing. Start charging your crystals and using them for your growth. Okay. When your objects are clean, when your crystals are clean, it basically gives you more power. Okay, so I'm just going to get to a part where, okay, so this is also a way to heal anything. It is not a matter of being able to work without them. Not to say you can't work and have your own power and work without your crystals, or whatever spiritual objects you decide to use. Some people use an ankh, but it's not a matter of not being able to work without them, but more of enjoyment and beauty of working with the material world in a spiritual way, because God, the Great Mother, gives you these things to work with, and it's time for you to start now. Go crystal shopping. Go to a spiritual shop, get you some sage, get you some crystals that apply to what it is you need right now, and charge those crystals in the moonlight. Clean them. If you need to learn how to clean crystals, I can give you all that information. Okay. And so it's basically, it's not a matter of not being able to work without them or to live without them, but more of enjoyment and beauty of working with the material world that was a gift to you anyway. This is also a way to heal any difficult relationship that you may have had with your mother, your body, eating food, or with financial or physical security. It can also include difficulties in bringing your ideas into physical form, living your path in a practical and material way, and any other issues that stem from a wounded relationship, no matter, somehow seeing it as less than spirit. Okay, so basically this is saying it can also include difficulties in bringing your ideas into physical form, living your path in a practical and material way, and any other issues that stem from a wounded relationship to matter, somehow seeing it as less than spirit. What wonderful and various healing effects talisman. Basically look up talismans, okay, because they're basically magicians. They can change things into whatever they want them to be. Okay, we got the power, black girl magic. Okay, so basically it's saying what wonderful and various healing effects talismans can bring to us. It all starts with the honoring of light and matter and the sacredness of the material world. If you have been considering working with crystals for healing, or tarot cards, or physical tools for spiritual growth, you are encouraged to do so by the Oracle of Talisman of Potency. They will help you grow and empower you. If you have an object in your space that you have been thinking of cleansing, perhaps a crystal or a piece of jewelry, this oracle encourages you to do so using breath, salt, moonlight. I just said that. Cleansing your objects, cleansing your crystals with salt. Some crystals can't be cleansed with salt. Sometimes you have to just, like you see my crystals, amethyst cleanses all crystals. So you can get some amethyst, and when you get your crystals, you sage them, and then you put them on some amethyst, or you can put them in the moonlight to charge them. Okay. But if you have an object in your space that you have been thinking of cleansing, perhaps a crystal or a piece of jewelry, this oracle encourages you to do so using breath, salt, moonlight, or sound as you choose. Remember that objects in the material world hold vibrations too. Cleansing with love and intentions to dissipate negative energies is a way to care for the material world, helping awakening light within. If you have been considering building sacred jewelry or purchasing a crystal or other healing tools, you are encouraged to do so and learn to work with it. The Oracle of Talisman of Potency, which is this card, supports you in honoring the physical world and its beauty in your life in this way. So this is just basically saying, get you some crystals, girl. I've never read this card before, so I apologize if I was all over the place or you kind of didn't understand some things. But this card is basically saying you need to get you some crystals. That's going to help you reach that crown chakra. There's crystals for each chakra. And I have my whole purse over here full of crystals. They got the crystal for the root chakra. They have the crystal for the solar plex. So this crystal is basically for all three. Or the amethyst, you can use it for all three. So find out what crystals helps to activate your chakras and just get into the crystals. I'm telling you, this is going to be a huge part of your spiritual growth. Okay, let me flip this other card over. I'm going to try to get through this really quick because we're already 35 minutes in because I've been running my mouth. Okay, the Knot of Isis. So let's see. That's page 88. I actually pulled this card for myself one time. Okay. The Knot of Isis is basically saying each initiate, okay, so you are under the spiritual guidance and protectors of a high divine power, okay? Part of your high destiny in this lifetime is to heal and to flourish through the divine feminine in her many forms, especially in those forms that truly resonate and hold meaning to you, okay? This oracle brings special indication that your soul is braiding or twining with the divine feminine energy. So basically, you use a lot of masculine energy with anger. You use a lot of masculine energy with rage and just different things you might go through. So now it's time to start tapping into your feminine energy. You need to find that balance between your negative energy and your feminine energy. And basically what the Knot of Isis is representing, that you need to entwine this feminine energy. You need to braid it into your fabric and braid it into who you are. You cannot live without your feminine energy. You cannot just live off of masculine energy, aggression, and anger, or that is fueled by things that happen outside of you, okay? Okay, so basically, for some, this would be a Pacific goddess of energy, okay? So we're not going to go there. This process does not make you lose your individuality, okay? So don't think about it as that, okay? It is deeply personal, spiritual, and powerful. It's a beautiful growth experience for the soul. Okay, and this process does not make you lose your identity. If it is happening in a genuine way, you will not believe yourself to be the goddess in question. You will instead experience her as a part of your own being, and your being as a part of her. So basically, when you step into your feminine goddess energy and your spirit, your feminine goddess vibrations, it's not that you will believe yourself to be this goddess in questions. You will instead experience her. So it's not about believing I'm a goddess. It's about experiencing this walk within you, that I am a goddess. I am someone that's supposed to be feminine. I'm supposed to be mild-mannered. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to have my fire, because sometimes we need that anger and we need that aggressiveness to get what we want. If you were to be Harriet Tubman, you would need the spirit of fire, you know, to cross these paths and travel the journey she traveled. But, you know, you always have to know you need that balance between your feminine and your masculine energy, okay? And you need to allow it to braid into the fabric and mesh into the fabric that is you, okay? But experience her as a part of your own being, and your being as a part of her, which is her is the feminine energy. You will not cease to exist as an individual light, and yet you will have grown more into divine communion with the sacred divine feminine energy. Okay. For others, there will be a sense of divine feminine in many forms and faces, and you will enjoy her variety and vastness as you grow spiritually. You will not sense a particular goddess so much as you feel a deepening soul connection and awakening to the divine feminine. Okay, so that's just basically saying, girl, just go ahead and mess with your feminine powers, okay? And you know, I work with different deities. Like I work with different energies such as Isis. So she would be an energy that I work with for magic healing, and I work with goddess Bastet. Bastet, she's good for feminine energy. So you can look up goddess Bastet if you want to. Whether a man or a woman, it is a key part of your spiritual journey this lifetime. That is your important spiritual task, to just love her and be loved by her, your feminine energy. Love your feminine energy and be loved by her. Living with honor and respect for the body, the earth, and being committed to growth in conscious awareness as to how to best express that love and respect in a genuinely healing way. Okay? So, basically you need to integrate with your feminine energy. Because you are integrating and meshing high levels of vibrational energy, rest and meditate. Okay? Take a swim in the pool or the ocean, and take time in nature, as well as working with crystals and pyramids of light can assist with this soul twining process. Now, listen to your body soul as it grows with the divine feminine wisdom, and trust that she will guide you, whether man or woman, deeper into your own healing, which benefits us all. This oracle comes as clear confirmation that you are integrating high levels of vibrational energy. If you have been wondering if your dreams, intuitions, or meditations and communications are genuine, this oracle serves as confirmation that what you've been wanting and desiring, the love you've been wanting and desiring, what you have been desiring to be just for yourself, is here, and you can trust in it. Okay, it's here to tell you these are the things you need to do. You need to raise your kundalini, work on your chakra system, get you some crystals. Okay, start learning how to charge your crystals and charge things around you. You can charge your water, you can charge your food, you can charge your children. Okay, you have magic in your hands. And this is what this card is trying to tell you. You are powerful. And I told you that. You are powerful. Step into your power. Quit dumbing yourself down for your surroundings. Step into your power. Raise that kundalini. Raise that chakra to your crown chakra and illuminate yourself. Okay? Mesh with your feminine energy. This is the knot of Isis. Tie that feminine energy into a knot around your neck. Okay? Mesh with it. Integrate with it. Okay? Make this a part of you. Braid it into your fabric, that feminine energy. And that can come with meditation. Okay? Meditation. Getting into deep meditation. Okay? This is a good card, and I pulled it for myself because I was working with a lot of crazy energy and I needed to get rid of it. So that card is very important. I'm going to move on to the next card. This is Goddess of 10,000 names. Okay, Goddess of 10,000 names. This card. So I'm thinking this means you have many attributes and many things about yourself that you're not even tapping into. You're a goddess of 10,000 names, and you're only probably using about 5 of the names for yourself. Okay, so we're going to see. I've never pulled this card. I've never put any one of these cards but that one. Okay, and so I'm going to look this up real quick, and I'm going to try to speed through it. This is turning into an hour video, but this is very important. Okay, Goddess of 1,000 names, and that number is 666. Alright, Goddess of 1,000 names. This is basically talking about A name holds power. It defines and energizes or limits. The names, faces, and roles that you play are just one part of your being. Yet, you exist beyond them. Okay? You are currently realizing that you are not limited by previous identities you held. Instead, you are becoming more of your whole self. Enjoy the uncovering of even more of you. Okay? You are a multifaceted, multi-dimensional being. It is most helpful at this phase in your path that you learn not to attach to roles or identities that have once held great importance for you or others relating to you. It does not mean that you must erase or cease to relate to that name or role. More that you are realizing it is only a part of you, and there is even more to you and more of you wishing to express itself now. The roles you are needing to move beyond might be mother, executive, healer, good person, strong person, always in control, daughter, teacher, guru, mother, grandmother, and so on. These are names that we take on. There is nothing wrong with these roles, and you may still express part of your vast self through such roles. But you are at a significant point in your inner development where you are learning that these are not who you are, but simply expressions of the internal, endless self, uncontainable by any human description. Okay? These things are just part of you. You are so much more than just a mother, a friend, a wife, a daughter. You need to start tapping into the 10,000 names that you are, and they're gonna come to you. You are one thing that I know for sure is you're a talisman. You have power in your hands. You have power in your words. You have power in everything. You have power in your movement. You have power when you walk into a room. You need to own it, and you need to start cultivating it. Okay. It can be tricky to avoid getting stuck in roles with others prescribed for you. Or, say for instance, your husband, your wife, your mother, your kids prescribed for you. Or expect of you. And yet, your self-definition will become wider and you will experience, and your experience of yourself will be more real and fulfilling if you are open to discovering more of you beyond the person you have considered yourself to be up until now. For this to happen, you must be willing to allow the many and varied faces of your being, your 10,000 names, to begin to emerge into your awareness, to realize that you are more than you are currently imagining yourself to be. Okay? You are much more than you currently imagine yourself to be. This opens up tremendous freedom of choice and possibilities in life. This can be both exhilarating and terrifying. Trust that the self is, in essence, divine love, and there is a great joy in its unfoldment, even if there are challenges of letting go of the fears that have held us trapped in certain roles and identities at times. The call to let go of old identity is very strong, leading you to this oracle at this time, when a new, more whole, fulfilling, and truthful sense of identity awaits you. Okay? This oracle is leading you at this time. Okay? To a more whole, fulfilling, and truthful sense of identity. That is what awaits you. Any fear or struggle that you go through to allow this to happen, beloved one, okay, will be spiritually repaid to you, multiplied in so many ways. So whatever fears or struggles you go to, trust me, you're gonna be compensated for that. Okay? There is nothing to lose except old limitations and so much wonder and joy to be gained. Okay? This oracle also indicates that there is a spiritual name waiting for you on the inner planes. Okay? Whew, that's powerful. The name may come from various spiritual traditions as a name of a deity or sacred mantra, or it could be an actual name that you can sound out and use in meditation or sacred temple activities with spiritual groups. Okay, so basically this is when your spirit guides, just like say for instance, some people may call you the chosen one, you know, or some people may call you anointed. These type of names. You have a spiritual name, and you're gonna, that name is gonna travel with you throughout your life when you're opening up your girl's home and doing all these different things. You know, you have a spiritual name waiting for you. You know, so don't attach yourself to these titles that you use for yourself now. You need to make it to that you need to make it on this path and earn and get everything that is due to you. And that is even your spiritual name, your spiritual gifts. You have a lot on this spiritual path that is waiting for you. And one is a spiritual name, okay? That is what that's saying. So, and I've never chosen this card before, so this is all new to me as well. Okay, but this is what is coming to me as far as what it should mean to you. The name may also simply be a note, an inner awareness of a sound. It can be a source by going into your heart, almost felt more than heard or spoken. So it can, I don't know what this will be for you. This spiritual name is coming to you to help you deepen your connection with yourself. Like any other identity, it is just a representation for a time. You do not need to pack up your old life in search of an entirely new one unless your heart deeply guides you with peace and neutrality that this is what is needed for your spiritual growth. And a lot of the times we do need to really just pack up what we've been doing and turn it over, you know, and start this new path. Okay. More often than not, what this spiritual name offers you is a chance to begin to loosen your grip on your old identities. Not throw it away completely and sense yourself in a more expanded light. Whether you consciously and easily receive your spiritual name in meditation or a dream state, or through a healing or conversation with another initiate, or whether it remains a mystery, trust that it is in your heart, calling you to recognize more of your true self. Okay, I'm just going to say your spiritual name is goddess. And that's what I've given you, that spiritual name, because when you walk into a room, you look like a goddess from ancient times, from ancient Egypt. You look like an ancient Egyptian queen. Just when you walk into the room, you just radiate. Your spirit and your fire demands attention and noticing. Okay, but you have to get that light behind that outer appearance to shine, so that shines through and it makes it even brighter. Girl, let me tell you something. You have power. Tap into it. Okay, but I'm going to just give you the name goddess, and you can start with that, or you can move on. But that is something I want you to strive for, is to know your power. Know that you are more than you think you are, and your name is not just goddess of the future, whose name starts with a T. You know what I'm saying? You are a goddess. You are a goddess of the future. I meant to say your name is not just the one that starts with a T. You are a goddess. You are a goddess. You are a goddess, and I told you that just when we last saw each other. Okay, I see that in you. And you need to tap into that. You know, and we're going to go through the cards as soon as I'm done, and we're going to end this video. If you already have a spiritual name, which I don't know, so let me just move past that. If you have felt constrained by a role, name, or identity and are wishing for assistance in growing beyond it, or if you have sensed a new role or identity calling you into greater expression and would love some divine help in that growth, this oracle indicates that the help you need is already with you, urging your growth from within. Okay? So if you've been wishing to grow and wishing to detach yourself from old titles and old things, you have the assistance right now beside you. You have the assistance right now beside you. You need to look no further. Okay? Goddess, remember who you are. You are not just the one name that you call yourself. You are a goddess of 1,000 names. 10,000 names or more. Okay? And start tapping into that. Start tapping into that. Release these old titles that you have for yourself and start tapping into this. Okay? Last but not least, Divine Sun Child, Blessing of the Sun Falcon. This is the same card I pulled for your cousin. Okay, and this is your last card. Divine Sun Child. Divine Sun Child is basically talking about okay. So with this card, it is basically saying it's about meshing, just like this card was saying, our divine feminine and masculine energy. Okay. So I want to just get to the root of it all, so I'm not going through the whole thing. She must never give up her beliefs or her ideas. So this is meaning for you to our divine feminine must stay true to her values of love, healing, and the triumph of creativity over destruction born of fear and hate. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Our divine feminine must stay true to her values of love, healing, and the triumph of creativity over destruction born of fear and hate. She must never give up her belief in her ideals. Our divine feminine is our body, whether you're a man or a woman. Our inner values and the ideals that make our hearts beat stronger and feel right within our bellies. Okay. You cannot have more love for your divine masculine than you have for your divine feminine. Okay. Basically, your divine feminine is never going to give up. Okay. She's never going to give up. She needs to breathe. She needs to be released. Okay. And this leads to healing. Even if your healing has been lost, fragmented, and your thoughts are kind of like just dead. You don't know where you're going and what you're doing. Okay. The divine masculine is our spirit as well, whether woman or man, that our body desires to unite with. The feminine, it desires just like a man and a woman desires to meet in life. Your divine feminine energy and your divine masculine energy, they need to be together. You cannot use one more than the other, or it will create a huge imbalance in your life and in your body. Okay, and you will hurt yourself. Okay, so you have to allow them to meet and come together as one. The love in our heart calls our spirit home into our body. We become able to stand firm, take action, and make choices that allow our inner ideals to become a part of our world. We live according to our values, not just hold them inside of ourselves. Finally, as our divine feminine and masculine unites within our bodies, a new golden consciousness is born. Okay? And representing the perfect balance of masculine and feminine harmony within ourselves. Okay? So, this is basically just talking about what we've been saying this whole route. Okay? You need to tap into that feminine side. Quit being so aggressive. Okay? With love, light, and power in the world, this is like everything. Okay? It will light up your whole life. You will feel love. You will feel everything that you're desiring to feel, but you have to create that balance. And I'm telling you, meditation and raising that chakra is where it's at. Reach that kundalini. Okay? Reach that crown chakra. Okay? It is the authentic self living the inner truth in the outer world. An agent of healing on this planet, an inspiration for others to be bold, brave, and vivid enough to walk their own path to eventually receive their same blessings. Okay? So, say for instance, whatever you've been wanting to do, okay, the solar principle for which this stands is basically, you stand, honor your creativity. And light, and honor your light in all forms. Honor your creativity, honor your light in all forms. Whether you want to do music, art, writing, or so much more. What is in your heart, you need to start building on that. Okay? You are building a spiritual legacy in your life now. Even if from seemingly small or impossible beginnings. It don't matter how broke you is. It don't matter how broke you are. It don't matter how depressed you are. It doesn't matter about none of that even matters, okay? It says you are building a spiritual legacy in your life now, even if you're building it from seemingly small or impossible beginnings. Great things are possible for you and your creative spirit. So keep with it, whatever it is you're trying to do. To allow these sacred blessings to empower your creative birth now, in many ways you are guided to let go of thoughts or feelings that this is impossible, or this is too hard, or this cannot be done. Stop doing that. Honoring the need to create as a part of your natural life expression is a way for you to receive these blessings. You are born to shine like the sun. You just are. Okay? You're just born to shine bright like the sun. Okay? And there is no question that you're going to shine bright. There's no question of it. It's no question that it will happen, but you need to get started. Okay? You have no choice, because you have a job to do. You have girls to save. You have people that you need to talk to. You have a power in your voice. You have a power in your step. You have a power in your walk. You have a power in your presence, and you need to start activating that. Okay, so basically I'm going to read that last part one more time, and then we're done with this reading. Okay, you are born, okay, not you are stepping into. You are born to shine like the sun. You just are. And there is no question that it will happen, okay? So don't worry about it. It will happen, okay? And this card also indicates a new life changing opportunity is on its way. When your heart sings, say yes, okay? Do not give up until you have your success. The sun will shine on you and you will succeed. That is what this is saying. When your heart sings, whatever you're doing, and as far as working with the girls, whatever brings you joy, when your heart sings, say yes. Oh, yes, 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 okay? Do not give up until you have your success. The sun will shine on you and you will succeed. So I'm going to go through it one more time. There you go. Serpent of the fire, just what we were talking about. Work on your chakra system. Raise your kundalini. Get you some crystals and start working with your crystals. Start putting your power into things. Okay? Start empowering yourself first, but get you some crystals and learn about what a talisman is. Okay? Learn about that. That's gonna let you know a huge part of who you are and who you might have been in your past life. Who you might have inherited a special power from. Study what a talisman is. It's all you gotta do is Google it, and it's gonna let you know. All right. Basically, you have the power. You have the ability to put power into whatever you want to put power into. Okay. Mesh with your feminine energy. Mesh with what it is you're supposed to make this new journey. Braid this new journey into your fabric. Make sure that you are meshing with all the energies that you need to mesh with, and mostly your feminine energy. Make that a part of your daily life. You see yourself talking too loud, use your feminine voice. Get out of your masculine. Your feminine and your masculine energy needs to meet. Just imagine if you walk through life and you never met a man. Okay, that is how your feminine energy feels when you're always using the masculine. Your masculine energy needs to meet its feminine, should I say. Don't walk around only using masculine energy. Mesh well with the feminine and the masculine. Okay? Step out of the roles you've been playing. You don't have to abandon them, but know that you're more than this. You are a goddess of 10,000 names, and you need to start recognizing those names. Start with goddess, okay? Start with goddess. Ironic that I put that there, that this is the card that, because that's what I was calling. You are a goddess. Step into that, okay? And last but not least, do not give up until you have your success, okay? You are a divine sun child, and you are born to shine, Okay? You are born to shine, but you have to step into it. The sun will shine on you. Okay? And you will succeed. So with that, I'm going to end this reading. I hope you got something out of it. I'm going to call and find out what's going on with you in the chakra video and what your understanding is of it. And I apologize that the video took so long, but it was just a lot that needed to be said. Just like I said, get you some crystals. And I don't know if these are the ones you want to start with, but I would suggest Moldavite is so powerful. I want you to look up Moldavite and what it can do and how it can control your life, kind of. It can turn your life upside down, basically, but it will turn it right side up. So if you want to get that spelling right there, get you some Moldavite. Okay? And it's really good for rapid spiritual growth. I have this Moldavite in my hand for 5 seconds, and already my hand is, I can feel like a tremor. It's changing my energy. This Moldavite is powerful. So you got to be ready for it. Be ready for the Moldavite. That's why I got a little piece. You don't even need a big piece. Okay? So basically, you want to get this, okay? Get this Moldavite and start on this new journey. Then also you can get you some jet. So I suggest when you get Moldavite, I got my Moldavite and my jet together, because when the Moldavite is basically, you know, bringing up a lot of things and helping you to cleanse out a lot of things out of your spirit and your soul, the jet will be there to, I'm trying to, hopefully you can read that because I can't really see it because my stuff is down. But basically, it'll help to bring a calm to all of that. Because sometimes we might be dealing with things, and the Moldavite will bring a lot more up so that we can see it. Okay? But the jet will help to balance it, you know, and helps you to basically get rid of the negative thoughts, you know, get rid of the negative energy. And just like it says, it protects you from illnesses and creates a sense of calm in your heart and in your spirit. Okay? So basically get you some of that jet, you know, and it helps to detach things from you. Old relationships, old deities, just anything that may be trying to attach itself. Old behaviors, this will help to help that to detach from you. So you can work with these crystals. I'm telling you, get you some crystals. I'm telling you, that is what they want you to know. And then I got the malachite. Malachite is basically for abundance, and my husband encouraged me to get this today. But it's also for spiritual growth, okay? It has a lot of properties to it. So that's the spelling of these crystals. And just like I said, get you some tourmaline. Tourmaline will keep negative energy away from you. Keep this in your bra at all times. I put this in my bra, like I put on my bra in the morning. Just pop this. I pop this in my bra right after my bra is secured and fastened, okay? This goes right in the bra because I walk around with this, because you encounter so many energies throughout your life. I can teach you how to cleanse the crystals and do all of that. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Granny says, hey, get on your grind, boo. Get on your grind. Your spiritual grind, okay? Your spiritual grind. This is Granny talking to you. And this is Crowned Real Talk 101. I am Royalty, and this is Granny. See you later. Goddess of the future, whose name start with a T. Love you.